everybody, it's Mrs. Pound. We are studying Chapter 3.2 on Plant Activity from Purposeful Designs Life Science. Today we're going to take a look at Section 323 on Gymnosperm Reproduction. So our objectives for today's video are to summarize the steps in the conifer life cycle, examine and describe the reproductive structures of a gymnosperm. So gymnosperm means naked seeds. So these are seeds that are naked. How gymnosperms produce seeds. So pollen from the male cone is spread by the wind and sticks on the open scale of the female cone. These cones here, and a lot of times you don't even notice these, the male cones tend to be very small. And you can see them, they tend to be at the ends of the branches, and so when you see these little cones, they're actually male and female cones on a gymnosperm. As the sticky residue evaporates, the pollen is pulled into the ovule, so it sticks to the sticky residue on these female cones. So these are female cones, and when you touch female cones, they do tend to be sticky, so they stick and they're pulled into the ovule. The female structure that produces the egg begins to grow. So it starts to grow inside this cone, and even here you can see these look like male cones, and this is the female cone. A month after pollination, the cones close up and development continues. So this cone looks very closed here. This is on a hemlock. While the cone is closed, fertilization takes place and the embryo develops into a seed. Remember, just like everything else, when the sperm and egg come together, it forms a zygote, and then after that, an embryo. 2 years after pollination, so get that, 2 years, this is a pretty long process, the cone opens up and the seeds fall out. So you can see these cones look more open here. So it must be the seeds are ready. And conifer seeds do take 2 years to develop. Another thing to note about the opening up of the cones, some cones of conifers are designed by God to only open after there has been a fire. They need to be heated up. And this is especially true out west where there are a lot of forest fires, which is actually part of the natural cycle in those areas. Those cones are designed to only open after they have been heated by a fire, a lot like popcorn. And conifer seeds are primarily spread by the wind. Since they just drop and fall out, they're spread by the wind, a lot like, say, your maple seeds. That's what they're designed for. And again, here, you can see these are the female cones. Do you see these little male cones here? So look closely at a conifer the next time and try to identify those male and female cones. So our objectives for today's video were to summarize the steps in the conifer life cycle and examine and describe the reproductive structures of a gymnosperm. So don't forget your 5 questions in your notes and keep watching this video to answer the questions at the end.